Welcome back to the Scooter Spot. Today we're reviewing the Leqismart A8 electric scooter. We're going to go over the price, the ride, and the features. Let's get into it. Starting off with the price, the Leqismart A8 comes in at $600 on Amazon if you use the coupon code, and this is kind of a mid-range price for electric scooters. For the stats, you are paying a little bit of a premium, but I think it's worth it in this case. With the Leqismart, I think you get a premium ride and premium features. Looking at the key stats, the Leqismart A8 has a top speed of 15 miles per hour, a range of 22 miles, and a motor of 350 watts. So pretty basic stats for a scooter in this price range. Now let's break down the individual features, and we'll start off with the handlebars. So what I really like about the handlebars is that it's simple, standard, nothing you don't need. Starting with the handlebars themselves, they're nice and soft, some of the softest I've ever used on a scooter, so they feel nice to grip the whole ride through. You have your throttle on the right and the brake on the left, and then you have a pretty standard screen. It shows your battery power, your speed, and what gear you're on. So everything you need and nothing you don't want. Moving down the stem, we get to the folding, and the folding is really the only critique I have of the Leqismart. The folding mechanism, in theory, it's very easy to use, but with the angle of the lever here, it's really hard to apply force in the direction you need to actually get the latch to go down. So sometimes it'll go easily, but a lot of times you'll have to wrestle with it and get it to fold down. But once you do get the latch down, it tends to fold down pretty easily and locks pretty easily right here in the back. Then continuing my critique of the folding, you have the kind of latch catch here on the bottom, and I think this is the simplest one I've seen on any scooter. And I think even though it works well, I kind of am concerned about it when it's fold down because there's not really a secure latch just kind of in this groove here. So when you lift it up and carry it, even though I haven't had any actual issues, always in the back of my mind, I'm thinking like, what if the tiller slips out, it falls and the whole scooter falls apart? But I haven't run into an issue, that's just something that's in my mind. Now moving down to the base, I think this is a good time to call out that I think overall the Leqismart is a great looking scooter, especially with this base. It has this nice coherent curved design. And overall, I think the Leqismart is a nice coherent design. With a lot of scooters right now, they kind of look like, mechanical. They look like the sum of parts put together. But here, everything fits together nicely and creates an overall good-looking, modern design. And with the base itself, it has plenty of width. I felt like my feet had plenty of room. And as I spoke about before, you have a great mix of stability and mobility. Now moving to the back a little bit, we get to the wheels, which are air-filled, which gives you a nice smooth ride. Another standout feature of the Leqismart are the brake lights and the light in front. Both of these are very bright and very big, some of the brightest and biggest I've seen, which means you'll have no problem being seen on the road, sidewalks, or trails. The last thing to talk about while we're down here are these lights on the bottom of the board. They don't add any real functionality, but they do look cool when you're riding. I'll put some footage in because we can't really see them during the daylight right now, but at night they look very cool. Out of all the electric scooters I've tried so far, I think the Leqismart A8 has given me the best overall ride, and I think most of that is due to the mix of stability and mobility. With a lot of scooters, you either get one or the other. With scooters that have wide boards, you feel more stable but not too nimble. On the other hand, when you have scooters with narrow boards, you feel really nimble but not too stable. Here, I think with just the general width of the board, and they advertise some kind of like gyroscopic stability technology, which might just be advertising, but with those two together, I think they make something that feels very smooth. Because you feel both stable and nimble, you have the confidence to ride it a little more aggressively and have a little bit more fun. It also has standard air tires, which gives you a smooth ride overall. So taking a step back and thinking about the Leqismart A8 overall, I'm really impressed with the scooter. It's got one of the best looking designs I've seen out of any scooter, and it has one of the smoothest rides. So even though it is $600, which for the stats is a little bit of a premium cost, I think it's worth it to get those extra features and that better ride. Thanks for watching my review of the Leqismart A8, and we hope to see you next time.